Hello and welcome back to the Crafty Corner. Today is part 2 of my make for I'm Feeling Like Royalty, the Funkie Junkie Challenge for June 2nd. Today we're going to be looking at a technique and building a journal page. The technique that we're going to be looking at is going to be about altering some stickers. So I have these Tim Holtz stickers that have been in my stash for a little bit, and I thought it would be fun to alter them by doing some stamping. So I'll show you my thought process for that when we get into the main part of the video. And don't forget, if you'd like to play along too and join the Funkie Junkie Challenge, I will leave a link in the description below to their blog. I look forward to seeing all of your makes, and I hope that this can give you a little bit of inspiration to get started on your own I'm Feeling Like Royalty project. So go ahead and pause to find out exactly what you'll need for the technique. Then we'll get into the journal page. Alright, let's head over to the Crafty Corner. For the next element in this journal spread, we're going to be customizing some sticker sheets using some Tim Holtz stamps. To do this, I'm going to be using the metallic stickers by Tim Holtz and Idea-Ology. I'm going to be stamping with Archival Ink today. We're going to be using black soot, faded jeans, and hickory smoke. The stamp sets that I'm going to be using today are faded type, some fill-in-the-blanker stamps from Tiny Toadstools, and some mini wildflower stamps. And I'm going to be using these clear acrylic blocks to mount my stamps on to do some stamping. So let's get started. For stamping, I want to use some of my larger stamps first so I can then build up little pieces in between. But to make sure that I've got more variety, I'm going to cut apart some of these stickers first. Okay, that should be enough to get us started. So I'm going to start with some of the faded text first. For the first layer of stamping, I'm going to be using the black soot. Okay, good. So in between stamping, I am going to quickly wipe off my stamp with a rag. Now that I've got a good text layer going on these, I'm going to start adding in some of the tiny wildflowers. For the most part with the wildflowers, I'm going to be stamping with faded jeans. Okay, I'm liking how the flowers are looking on here. Now it's time to add some of the little fill-in-the-blanker stamps. These little stamps are perfect for adding just a little bit of detail around the edges and those little blank spots that the bigger stamps didn't quite cover. So for this, I'm going to be switching to Hickory Smoke Archival Ink. And I'm also going to pull out a smaller stamping block. I like this little one. It's just the right size for those mini stamps. This sticker set is all done. I'm liking how this collage stamping sticker set came out. Now, the nice thing about this, if you don't happen to have the Tim Holtz metallic stickers in your stash, you could always pull out some sticker sheet labels, and that would work just as well. And then you could edge the edges of these with distress paint or crayon, and you could get a similar look. And don't forget to try some of your own stamps and mix and match. Try out different color combos and see what works for you. And there we have it. Some stamping collaged stickers. Now that all our embellishments are done, it's time to start on the journal spread. For a quick, easy background on the journal, I'm going to be using some Distress Oxide and some Distress Spray Stain to give myself a great foundation to work on. I'm going to be using some Squeezed Lemonade, some Picked Raspberry, and Oxide Speckled Egg, and Distress Spray Stain Picket Fence. To start with, I'm going to grab my sprayer and quickly spray a layer of water on my page. Then, since I've got some work on the page next to it, I'm going to cover that up with a scrap piece of paper, just so I don't get any cross-contamination between pages. So to start with, I'm going to spray a bit of Picket Fence. Then we will add some Squeezed Lemonade. Then some Picked Raspberry. And some Speckled Egg. Okay, I'm going to quickly dry this off with the Ranger Heat tool, and then we'll continue to add some layers. Now that that layer is dry, I'm going to go back in and add some more color. So I'm really liking what it's done around here. We've got some great blending going on, but I definitely want some more blue in places. So I'm adding in more picket fence around here to give the colors a little bit more of a creamy and pastel look. And then I'm going to accent that with a couple splashes of the Squeezed Lemonade. Okay, I'm liking the looks of that. Mist on a little bit more water. Okay, one more round of drying and I think this one will be all set. Now that our background is complete, it's time to start adding on some of our embellishments. The first layer that I'm going to put down are going to be these little stickers that we'd stamped earlier. And just to make sure that I'm putting them in the place that I want, I'm going to take our second background and place it here, so I've got a good idea where I'm going to want to place the stickers. So I'm not really going to place down the stickers with any rhyme or reason. I'm just going to put them on where they look good and go from there. I love doing the stickers because it's a quick and easy way to add embellishments to a project, and you can make a whole bunch of them ahead of time so that you've got them ready to work with whenever you need. I think they'd also be great little additions to cards and tags. There, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, that looks good. Next, I'm going to glue down the large circle. And for that, I'll be using some Collage Medium. Now, for the Collage Medium, I like that we've got two different choices for the container. We've got our little one, and then we've got the big one. I'm going to be using the larger size for this because I'm just going to dunk my fingers in it and add Collage Medium directly onto the circle. And since this is a larger space, it makes more sense to get our fingers dirty. But if you don't want to get your fingers dirty, you could always use a paintbrush. And of course, I do have my handy dandy towel right next to me so I can wipe my fingers off as soon as I'm done adding the Collage Medium. Okay, now I'm going to stick down that large circle. And we'll put that right about here. And I'm just going to hold that onto my page for about 15 seconds while I wait for the Collage Medium to set. It really doesn't take a lot of time, but given the size of the circle, I want to add a little bit of extra pressure so that it won't peel up at an inconvenient time later on. For the next step after this, I'm going to grab a brush, and for sealing in the stickers, I do want the brush to add on the Collage Medium. Plus, getting the brush strokes on there with the Collage Medium, that could add a little bit of extra texture to the journal page. Okay, the circle is looking good. So now we're just going to add the Collage Medium. There, so we're just going to add the Collage Medium right over the stickers and the background. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I don't need to seal the whole circle down. It's really just the areas where the stickers are that I want a little bit of extra adhesive. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm setting my brush aside. I've got a tub of water nearby, so I'll just dunk it right in there. I'm done with the Collage Medium, so I want to make sure that the brush has a chance to soak so it doesn't get all stiff. Okay, next we're going to start adding some of our embellishments. The first ones that I'm going to be adding on are the engraved pieces that we colored with Distress Re-Inker. And since my surface is already nice and gluey, I don't even need to add extra glue down before sticking these on, which is great. This one might need a little bit of glue. But for that, we're going to use the smaller bottle of the Distress Collage Medium. Now I decided that I wanted these embellishments to kind of frame our circle, so I'm just putting these along the edge. There. And I'll hold these down for a little bit while the Collage Medium sets, and then we'll be able to add our last couple of elements. Now we're going to add on the main focal point of our piece. If you're interested in seeing how to alter a Tim Holtz paper doll, I will be leaving a video link in the description down below for a short tutorial. Also, I'll have written instructions on my blog, again, linked in the description. This is one of my favorite techniques to use. I love altering paper dolls. It allows you to take that basic shape and create something a little different. It's a lot of fan folding and some colors of choice, but now we have our queen for the day. And we'll just add some Collage Medium to the back of her and place her down in the journal. The journal that I'm working in today is by Ranger and Dina Wakely. I love this mixed media journal because there's so many different surfaces in it, and each one can give you a different effect depending on what types of material you want to work on and what style you're going for. Okay, now she is down on the paper. Let's give her a crown next. This was stamped from Urban Elements on some sticker paper. I colored the crown in with some wild honey and embossed with some Ranger Gold embossing powder. The last step for this journal entry is going to be to add some clipping stickers from Tim Holtz Idea-Ology sticker book. I absolutely love these. There are so many great little sayings in here, and you can find anything for about just any occasion. So I've gone ahead and picked a few stickers to use. We're going to start with ladies and gentlemen, the most noble, queen of the evening, brimmed with confidence, over a cup of tea. I'm so happy with the sticker choices. It really ties together this entire piece. And now for a close-up of the finished journal page. We've been crafting to the theme of I Feel Like Royalty for the Funkie Junkie blog challenge. I hope that you will join us over at the Funkie Junkie blog, and I'll be sure to leave a link in the description. I'm looking forward to seeing all of your fantastic entries, and I hope you had fun doing a little bit of craft with me today. So, until next time, happy crafting!